it's Tanya, and I'm here again with one of my Traveller's Notebook shorts, and this time I'm using up some of my Planner Society kits. I used to subscribe sometime last year, I think it was, and while they are beautiful and so much fun, turns out I'm not much of a planner. Oh, and yes, I accidentally cut myself on the stapler in the middle of that book, so there was a little bit of, yes, unfortunate situation there. Staples are actually quite nasty, so I have decided to use up these little kits, just taking basically the embellishments and any paper or washi tape that I may have, and create my usual little spreads. This one is very, very pretty, blues and pinks, and I had that came with that washi tape banner book, so I just took the middle page out, and now I am putting banners across, and because of the unfortunate situation I need to put a banner on the right hand side there, and then I figured I would just kind of mimic what I've got on the left hand side on the right hand side. So here I am putting these gorgeous, beautiful banners down. I must say the Planner Society kits are gorgeous, and every time I see a new one come out I think, oh, should I subscribe again? But really, no. I don't plan. Well, I do. I have a bullet journal. I started that at the beginning of the year, and it's working really well for me. There's nothing fancy about it. I just keep track of expenses in there and other sort of related things, and yeah, it's not decorated or anything like that, so it works well. That's why I'm using my Traveller's Notebooks to kind of get that little fix, you know? The short project where it takes you about 15 minutes to put a spread together, and yeah, you get a little bit of creativity on. It's not too taxing, and you can just have fun. So I've got an embellishment cluster going on at the bottom there, putting all those little things together. Embellishment clusters are really easy to do. You just look at the shape of things and you layer them behind each other, and yeah, you just go for it. I do realize though that my paper I've got at the bottom there, it's too wide, so I will make amends with that and change it up a bit so that it doesn't look wrong, because yeah, it's looking a bit wrong to me at the moment. But I notice in a while, and here we go. I figured I can pull it up and maybe cut some excess away, but then I realized if I folded it down like that, well, you get a bit of the backside of the paper, and you kind of have an interesting element going on there, so I thought I'd done rather well there. And ATG is super easy to just roll off your paper, so that wasn't a problem either. And a bit of tiny attaching just to keep it down. And then I thought maybe I could put a label down the bottom there, but I didn't like it. It didn't look right. So I've got my little dress at the top there, and once again, all the phrases on here are sort of feel good. And I brought out my glue gun because the bottom wasn't it, because of the staples it raises it a bit, so you know the glue doesn't come into contact with the paper. So I figured if I shove a bit of hot glue in there, that's not going to go anywhere. And I'm still kind of hung up on the idea of labels at the bottom there, but I don't do it. And there was that gap, so I figured a little bit of a banner there as well. Here we go, hot gluing it down. Much better idea. And I don't think I do much more really, kind of try and get that arrow on, but it's not working for me. And then, oh, and I do put a little bit more of an arrow down the bottom there. There we go, that finishes off that cluster nicely. And of course I felt that was too far up, so I brought it down a bit, and then there was a gap, so I filled that up with a label. Just layering, it's all just layering. And I briefly considered that planner clip, but no. So putting it back in the Traveller's Notebook, and there we go. Hope you enjoyed, and we will chat again soon. Bye bye.